And now, let's empower the change. Please welcome back on stage, Jaime Ramírez.
Hello, guys. How are you doing? Year 2030, February 6th. This is what the job has done to me. But it has been a lot of fun doing this with all of you. We made it. We made it. Remember when we were together in Gavà, this place, the name of this place, in Barcelona, 5 years ago? We doubled this company. We transformed this company. Look at where we are today. What I'm surprised is look at the way I look. And you guys look exactly the same. It was 5 years ago. It's unbelievable. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything you have done for our company. We were able to transform this company. Do you remember Joao's presentation 5 years ago? Wasn't that presentation amazing? I would love to have Joao here today and share with him what I'm going to share with all of you. Remember what he said about disruption? Remember what he said about transformation? Remember what we said about moonshot? Remember what he said about not playing a victim role? Taking control of your destiny? Focus on what you can control? Remember what he said about mindset? Remember what he said about culture and strategy? And remember what he said about taking control of your destiny. And that's exactly what you did. I lost the last part of the presentation because at that time, someone was trying to doing some makeup with me, and I looked ridiculous those days, remember? But anyways, but he said something about communication. He said something about cascading. And I don't know if you guys read that well at that moment, but for me, what he said is that the responsibility, walking the talk, you remember? What he was saying basically is that the responsibility of the transformation and the success of where we are today was in your hands. You were in charge. Remember what he said about failing fast? Remember what he said about, I didn't know that at that moment that our brain is lazy? He said something like that. And that's resistant to change. What a great presentation from Joao. For me, it was amazing. I thought you guys enjoyed it. And I think you really enjoy it because look at where we are now in this company. We hit 4 billion euros in revenue. By the way, it's not 4 billion, it's 4 billion.001. By the way, I'm sorry, where is Carlos? Where is David? I'm sorry, the 1 million extra came from North America. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you, John. Thank you, Scott. You guys did a great job. EBITDA, 25%. And some of you would say, well, 25% is not that good. Guess what? It's 25% because we took the extra money and we invested in the transformation of the business. So we invested in digital, we invested in people, we invested in our brands. With 25%, Eloy is happy. He always does the same. Between he and I, he's happy. We are the number one company in the industry. Number one. Globally and across all the regions. Fluidra is the #1 company in terms of connectivity with consumers and pros. We have more than 150,000 pros connected to our system. Everybody wants to have a Fluidra pool in their backyards. People don't talk anymore about pools. People talk about Fluidra pools. That's a big difference. Our sustainability ratings are fantastic. We're #1 in the industry. And guess what? Our share price is at 70. Eloy, like that one. 70. Remember that at that time we were at 23. I don't know what's I can't remember exactly, but it was 24. We're at 70. So just do the math. And by the way, connected to our customer centricity approach, we won multiple Vendor of the Year awards across different places in the world. In North America, in Europe, in Latin America, in Asia. And by the way, the most important piece is we built a phenomenal company with a great culture. We became the employer of the choice of the industry. Everybody wants to come and work for Fluidra. Our teams feel empowered, supported, and motivated every day. We have fostered a culture. Do you remember what Joao said about culture? That it's a strategy for breakfast? We have been a culture of people who take ownership, people who take responsibility. And we have been a culture of trust and transparency, where we have open communication, where everything is discussed face to face, where there are no side conversations, where people have the guts to have constructive conflicts. Because everything, as we said in those days, is about making this company better. Everything is about Fluidra. But let's be honest, that was a lot of work. And you can see in my face some of the consequences of that work. It was a lot of fun, as I said in those days, but it's hard work. Changing is not easy. But we made it. We became also a more agile team. We move fast. Remember, Joao said, fail fast. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, but move on. There is no perfection. I remember he said something that I like a lot is, don't expect perfection. You don't have all the answers. And sometimes you don't know how to do it. But you gotta try and do it and find the solution as you move on. Keith and the team did a phenomenal job with Javier improving our systems. We have great systems today. SAP is very well implemented. We have great data. We have great tools to run this business more efficient. At that time, I thought it was going to be very difficult, but they were able to do it. We have to believe in ourselves. That's the whole point. And something that you remember at that time, we were in the middle of this tariff situation with Trump, and that was complicated. We got to a point where we said, what is that this guy is going to do? Nobody knew. But I think we did the right thing at that moment. We made the right decisions, but we focused on what we can control. We were not distracted by the noise. This is what we can do. This is what is our under control. Let's stay focused. Let's prioritize. I remember Eloy's words at the beginning of that meeting. He did a phenomenal job. Remember the 3 things he said? One of the things was, we gotta prioritize. And to prioritize, we gotta focus. But at the same time, we gotta keep in mind that priorities evolve. We cannot say we prioritize and we just do this with this. We gotta evolve, we gotta move. So, and one thing that for me made a huge difference in the company. People felt empowered. We empower our people. We make them accountable. And our people were not afraid of making decisions. We created a culture where it was okay for people to ask, to say, I don't know, I need help. And by the way, to say, I made a mistake. We created a psychological safety in the company. So we work as one team. And what we're seeing today are the results of that fantastic culture you created. So congratulations, you did a phenomenal, phenomenal job. Thank you very much. So now we're back to 2025. And I cannot take this off, so I'm going to have to finish with this whole thing. So I'm so sorry, guys. The bottom of all this transformation and success was about our people. The culture we created. And how we built this organization together. What you guys are doing, what you guys are creating in this company. The success of the company is not about the strategy, not about the systems, not even about the products. It's about people. It's about culture. And I'm convinced, absolutely convinced, that being here today, talking about all this, is the right thing for our company. We have a tremendous ambition of doubling this company. And being ambitious is part of being successful. You gotta set aggressive goals. And that's exactly what we're doing today here. I'm gonna take this off. So I'm very proud of this company. This is a fantastic organization. You always will hear the same from me. It's a great company. It's a great organization. It's a beautiful company. So let me go back. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go in detail through this. Last week, when we had the global leadership meeting, you saw this, the strategic vision, and the strategies, the next slide. I'm not going to go through this, but what is important about this is the clarity, the ambition that we have as a company, what we're trying to do with this concept of profitable, sustainable, and consistent growth, and this objective that we have to be the leader of the company. We are the leaders today, but we still have a lot to do in multiple areas. You've seen the strategies, very simple. I heard someone, I think it was you, Donnie, he said communication. I hope we're doing a good job communicating transparency to our teams. You and all of us have the responsibility to bring that alignment, to bring that transparency, to give them the clarity of what we're trying to accomplish, to talk about these key pillars: growth, operational excellence, differentiation. I insist a lot on differentiation. This week we had the product meeting. And I like the discussion because we came to the conclusion that if we don't differentiate ourselves from competitors, if we are not an innovative company, it's going to be tough for us. So the challenge for all of you is how are we going to differentiate ourselves from other companies in our industry? So Of course, the support of everything we're trying to do on top of people is these enablers. I'm not going to get into the detail of the enablers. But as Eloy said, this company, we're building a system where every single player, every single function has a responsibility. But we have to keep in mind one critical thing: our customer centricity, our customers and market centricity. We are going to be, our success is going to come from gaining market share in the markets. And the system we're building is, as Eloy said in his original speech, in the first speech, because he's going to talk again tomorrow, is we need the markets to be focused, to be very agile, to be very efficient, because that's what customers expect. How we meet those customers' expectations is the responsibility of the system, and the face to the customers is our people in the markets. So all of us work for them, make them successful. So I want to finish just with saying that for me, it has been fantastic being in Fluidra. I've been 8 months in the company now, 9 months. Working with all of you has been phenomenal. You're great people. You're phenomenal human beings. What we're trying to do in this company is not simple, but it's not rocket science either. We just gotta have the drive, the passion, and understand that there is no one perfect formula to do this. But it's in our hands. What Joao said today that I love is we cannot play the victim role. We cannot think that we know everything. Let's be humble. And humility means that you don't know everything and that you need a team to be successful. When we work as a team, that's when we are powerful. Break any silo we have in the company. Challenge the system. Challenge yourself. Have self-awareness. Joao mentioned that as well. I don't think there is nothing more powerful than developing self-awareness. And the reason why is very simple. You will find very few people who will come and tell you exactly how and who you are. People tend to please you. People tend to tell you how good you are. But when you go to sleep and you're thinking about yourself, that's the perfect moment. And if you have developed self-awareness, you know your weaknesses. You also know your strengths. So if we have a self-aware organization with self-aware people, if we're a purpose-driven company, but I was talking to Eloy yesterday. To be a purpose-driven company, it would be great to have purpose-driven people. And then all together can make this company better. We have a wonderful opportunity in Fluidra. This is a fantastic company. Are we the best? Probably we're the best, but we don't want to think we're the best. We want to think as a company that wants to improve every single day. We want to think as a company that has the capacity to disrupt itself. We want to be a company that has the capacity to be ambitious. We want to be a company where people think that nothing is going to stop us. So Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you very much for embracing this journey. Thank you very much for the welcome I have received from all of you. It touches my heart. It touches my heart. Thank you, Eloy, for being such a great friend, boss, and human being. You made a difference. And this company has no limit because people like you are very different than the rest of people in our industry. And people like you are the real strength of Fluidra. So thank you very much. Let's empower the change. Let's be one Fluidra. And let's challenge ourselves every single day to make this company better, to lead the industry, and to have the best people and the best culture in the industry. Thank you very much.